Hi everyone, it's Ari here. I wanted to hop on really quickly today and talk about a couple of the things that I've been thinking about a lot lately and that I've been talking about and people have been emailing me about. So I kind of wanted to put this out there because we're heading into summer and I know a lot of people are anxious and they want to try new things and they want to set a new bar for their team or their program or they're looking to revamp. And so these are the three biggest things that I think will either kind of make or break how your summer goes and how your next season goes. So the first thing I really want to stress is baby steps. So if you're looking at doing a full revamp, if you're looking at completely changing up your conditioning, if you're looking at doing one of those things, that's great. Doing those things is often necessary. Looking at your program holistically and maybe making massive changes is really, really important. But when I say take baby steps, I'm saying don't overload your kids. So you're gonna see videos online of, people saying they need to be able to do 10 leg lifts, touching their toes to the bar. They need to be able to do 10 pull-ups by, pre-team or level 3 or whatever. If your program isn't at that point yet, don't push your kids to do those things. Don't do, sets of 20 leg lifts with bent knees. Say, okay, my kids aren't quite ready to do that. Let's do L holds. Let's do a modified version of leg lifts. Let's do tuck ups. Let's do all of those things that will make it so that next year or 2 years down the line or even 3 years down the line, we're going to have a group of level threes who can bust out 20 leg lifts, no problem. And look at it that way. It's really taking the longer view. And that kind of moves into number two, which is don't compare yourself to other programs too much. I know that this sport is all about comparison. We're all about rankings and medals and scores, and it's very, very hard to not compare your program to other programs and say, why aren't we as big as them? Why aren't we as good as them? Why aren't we scoring as well as them? But the biggest thing is your chapter 1 of your program may be somebody else's chapter 12. So if you're starting a revamp now, if you're starting to look at your program and saying, you know what, we need to change some things so that, in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, we can be like them, or we can be better than them, or we can be whatever it is that you want your program to be. You need to understand that they may have done that 3 years ago. They may have done that 5 years ago. So where you're starting at right now, somebody else may have started that process 3 years ago. So you need to give yourself some time to take those baby steps to build your program into what you want it to be. And then the third thing, and I'm really big on this, is setting deadlines. So try and set some deadlines for those baby steps. So say, okay, we're going to, instead of doing leg lifts, we're going to do some modified leg lifts. We're going to do, there are tons of versions out there. And if you want conditioning advice, stuff like that, I'm always happy to help. Zari at swingbig.org. You can always send me an email and I'll help with stuff like that. But set deadlines. Say, okay, for the next 3 weeks, we're going to do L holds. And then after L holds, we're going to do half leg lifts and something else. And then, but say, okay, by this point in time, we want to be at this strength. And not all of your kids are going to meet that. It's summertime, kids are going to be on vacation, kids are going to be doing this, but you can say, I want the majority of our kids to be here, and this is what our focus is going to be. And by setting those micro deadlines, it's going to make it so that, that long-term deadline of, 6 months from now or a year from now or 2 years from now, having a full group who can bust out 20 leg lifts, who can climb the rope without legs, who have presses, who, whatever it is or who have all of their beam skills or who have connected bar routines, whatever it is that you're going for, setting those micro deadlines is going to make it so that those bigger deadlines don't seem nearly as hard to achieve. So those are my 3 things going into summer. Those are the 3 things that I talk to people about the most. So I thought I would throw those out there. If you have any questions, feel free to respond to this video. Shoot me an email again, Zari at swingbig.org. I'm always happy to help you out. Bye.